Okay, here is the garden. This is, July 21st. I don't want to get too close because the sprinkler is on and I'll get sprinkled. So I've done a couple cuttings on the kale, and I've done the leaves on the beets, the beet greens, and I took those over to a local restaurant and sold them. All the peas were along the fence line, got those picked. Let's go around this side. And the peas were all along that fence line too. And I got, not quite a gallon. It takes a lot of peas to make a bag of peas. So I'll keep working on it. So here's more. All of these are beets and they're real weedy, but I don't want to disrupt the growth of the fruit if I pull up the weeds. So the weeds and the beets are going to have to wait till I dig them up. And then here is all the Swiss chard, and it's doing really good. It's the variegated, both the red and the yellow. And they're doing good. It's starting to go to seed a little bit, but it's not harming anything, so I'm okay with that. And here's all of my, I don't know if I can do that. Well, if it turns sideways on you and it looks kind of funky, it's because I turned my phone sideways. I hope it works okay. All of my cucumbers, there's 7 plants planted here, and then I can't really see because of the sun, there's 2 more planted over there by that pot, along with another beet. So I'm going to have a lot of cucumbers. So I'll come back up this way and see how it goes. The blue jays got to the blueberries, every single last one of them, and they weren't even ripe yet. Oh well, there's next year. All of this is like 3 or more, maybe 4 different kinds of squashes in here. And I better move backwards so you can see just how big the squashes are. There's a lot of squash in there, and it's going to be timing. It's going to be a matter of timing because the Swiss chard, when it gets ready to be pulled, these will need to grow in that direction. I'm trying to train the branches to come back towards me and grow out here in the lawn over here by the boysenberries. And they did that last year, and I've got a few of them trained to come out here, and there's a couple more coming out over here, and there's another one that's going that direction. So I'm trying to train them, and the cucumbers, I'm not too concerned. I got them growing out that way, but they're supposed to be more of a bushy cucumber and not necessarily a leggy cucumber. So we'll see if that's true, because this is my 49 plants of green beans, and these are all supposed to be bush beans. These are not bush beans. These are string. I have lots and lots. See, that's all tangled in here because they're string beans and needed to be put on poles. And I was not set up for that. So they're all kind of a tangle in there. I picked a great big bowl of them. And some of those babies are like, where's my other finger? Well, like, from my glasses, I'm not kidding you, I'll have to show you. From my glasses out to here. That's how long they are. I'm not kidding. I was shocked when I saw how long that they would grow. So these here are too small to pick. If they were a normal bean, I would let them go just a few more days and then I'd pick them. But actually, those are going to, just think of those, triple the size. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm going to let all of these ones that are fairly small go and get nice and big, and then I'll have more to can. And this here is a volunteer. I thought it was another cucumber. It's not. It's a spaghetti squash, which I'm okay with. And then we have our volunteer. I have a volunteer garden. Oh, this over here. They're not growing very fast. I'm a little concerned. They have a little bit of something chewing on them, so I think I'll get my diatomaceous earth out and sprinkle it around there. And then these are volunteer tomatoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 volunteer tomatoes. And I can't even eat tomatoes. I'm not even supposed to be touching them. My rhubarb is still doing really good. I've already done one great big picking. I'll bet that bag of rhubarb weighed probably close to 15 pounds maybe, and I sold Oh, speaking of self, I sold a great big bag of chard, a great big bag of kale, a medium bag of beet greens, and a giant bag of the rhubarb, and I made $55. I sold it to a local restaurant where the chef knows me and I know the chef. These are runner beans, and I have never grown them before. Isn't that a beautiful flower? It's gorgeous flower. Oh, my dogs are fighting again. Oh, anyway, so they are climbing up and around the fence, and my friend Lynn, who gave me this seed, she said they'll travel for a long ways, so I'm looking forward to these things growing because the beans are really, really long. I think they're like, let's see, I'm going to guess, I don't know how long, maybe 1.5 feet long, and then you can let them go to where they become a dry bean, or you can let them, oh my knee pads, or you can pick them as a regular bean. So the boysenberries got tied up and they're not doing bad. There's not that many berries on it this year, but that's okay. We have out that gate, we have a hole on the north side over there. It's completely full of blackberries and they're very prolific. So we'll be picking those, and we're selling those to the restaurant as well. I gotta put my stuff away, put my toys away. And anyway, that's the garden as of July 2019. And I love to sit out here and listen to the hose water, watch the garden get watered. Anyway, that's it. I won't bore you anymore.